bags are packed. We are heading out for 3 days into Never Summer Wilderness. This was kind of a last minute thing. We just packed in the last 40 minutes or so. We don't really know where we're gonna go yet, but we were out there on the CDT, so we should be able to find something cool out there, and it's beautiful, and we shouldn't have any people there, hopefully. We'll see you out there.
What did you just find?
So my shoes are in the car. They had socks in them. They don't smell at all, so I don't have to wear tall socks. I can now wear the average quarter cushion crew from Darn Tough. My favorite sock.
The standard.
The gold standard in hiking technology. Smell free.
Smell free. Live hard.
So I don't actually have a map of where we're going, so we're gonna stop in where I work and pick up a map. What?
What?
Okay.
Continue west, then turn right.
This is North Supply Trailhead, a little north of Grand Lake, Colorado, which is a little north of Granby. We weren't actually trying to find this trailhead, but ended up finding it, which was nice. So now we have a trailhead, now we have a trail to head out on. Weather's nice, although clouds are looking a little iffy. From here, I don't know where we go, but potentially north on the CDT, maybe somewhere else. So we may not know exactly where we're going, but I think we know enough to be safe. We do know we're going up on a pretty high ridge line, so we just have to be a little cautious out that way. It's looking a little stormy. Fun fact, that is Rocky Mountain National Park. More fun fact, this is not, and we don't have to deal with the crowds out here or permits, and it's just as beautiful. Luckily, that is east of us, so it's probably moving that way, but more can always blow in, so we just have to keep our heads up. I think I hear some blowing in.
Oh, yeah.
Brace yourselves. Tree line is coming. We just came up here, just past that intersection for the Blue Ridge Trail, which we are now on. Yeah?
Hey,
Oh, hey.
ow.
So, not looking too great storm-wise, but we're about to go up on this really exposed ridge here. So what I think we're going to do, because it's going to storm, is go up on the ridge just a little bit, up to that saddle, right about Cha, and drop down off that saddle down to Bowen Lake. Camp there for the night because it is 5:20. We got somewhat of a late start. So we'll camp down there. From there, who knows where we'll go, but eventually we'll come back and take this ridge line back as a little alternate because this is a really cool ridge line. This is taking me back. I'm pretty sure I remember camping exactly right here with kind of Buffalo. Scout was here. Wanderer showed up. Yeah, it's weird to be back out here in the exact same place, but pretty cool. Feels good, man. Yeah, it's right on top of that ridge too.
Hike really fast.
Always try to beat lightning.
No.
Best choice.
No.
No?
It's not always the best choice.
Oh.
It's not here now, but on the screen here, there was a little lightning bolt, and there was a slash over it. So that means we're not going to get hit by lightning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or it could mean lightning, don't go.
No, it means we're protected. My phone is going to protect us from the lightning.
Still crushing miles. You may remember from my CDT videos, I slept on top of a mountain in a little concrete tiny 4x4 hut. That was on Parkview, and that is this mountain right here. Let me zoom in a bit. It's a cool mountain. Welcome to the Never Summer Wilderness. Alright, so we made it to that saddle, and as you can possibly hear, it's starting to rain. So we're gonna go down to the comfort and tree line of that beautiful Bowen Lake and hopefully hold up there for the night, figure out what's next. Yeah. Alright,
Get wet.
it's getting wet.
All right.
This is like being in the PNW. Really cool, actually. I miss having that damp, like just a wet pine forest. It's nice. Well, that was fast. We are now at Bowen Lake. Check it out. Nice little alpine lake. Still got some snow, plenty of trees to camp in. Just set up camp. Still pretty light out. I'd say it's around 6:30, which is far earlier than I would ever set up on a thru hike, but kind of raining. It's a nice time to set up and just relax, and I don't have to be anywhere. So figured I would give you guys a quick little rundown of what my setup is.
Hey, I found a flip-flop for you.
Oh, thanks. Gosh, that's swell.
Put it in here.
Thanks. Okay, see you later.
Bye.
So same stuff for the most part that I always use. Got the classic green tarp that has survived the PCT and the CDT and is still going strong. Not the greatest pitch right now. You can see got a little wobble in this wall here, but that's just because we're in a tight little copse of trees. Actually, which is a good thing because it's going to keep most of the rain off. Beyond that, I am doing the poly cryo. Still liking it. It's a little delicate, but it holds up well, keeps me dry. The Neo Air is actually a short size Neo Air, so I'm going to be hanging off it pretty good. I borrowed this from MeHap because when I was out in the Maroon Bells, mine actually was chewed on by a marmot and got a huge hole in it. It's unfortunate because that pad had lasted for the PCT and CDT as well. It was undone by a marmot. My pillow, right now I'm doing the Climate X pillow, 1.9 ounces, not too bad, and as I always say, I have to have a pillow. Got my trusty old pack here, map of the area, blah blah blah. Wearing the Cap 4 long johns. Still using the Costco $30 carbon fiber trekking poles, and I'm really liking them still. That's about it. I don't have my quilt out yet, but it's the same old quilt I always use. You can see over there,
No.
there's another setup. Chocolate for breakfast.
See an animal, it kind of looks like maybe like a white gorilla or something. It looked like it had maybe like 2 cougars with it.
Let's go take a gander.
Might be Bigfoot and his his cougars. You know that myth.
Not seeing anything.
Any trees?
Oh, I am. What is that? Turns out it's dogs and people camping. What are you doing? My hiking leg's all ready to go. And I'm just sitting here. So it looks like the trail we were following, what was that lake we were just at? Blue Lake?
Blue Lake.
Up to Blue Lake, kind of dead ends. We couldn't find the route where it keeps on going up to some pass. So we're just kind of making our own trail and making our way up towards Bowen Peak, and we'll see what happens. This is steep. So right up there is Mount Bowen, I think. But even cooler is that we just found a little spring here. You can see where the water bubbles up. There's no entry points. Water's just coming out of the ground and flowing down probably right into Blue Lake where we just were. Neato mosquito. Onward and upward, I guess. Right up about that way.
Alright. Still mosquitoes up here.
Up and up we go. Now we play the mystery game. We're about to top out on this ridge. What's on the other side? What do you think?
Death, destruction, hell. I don't know. It can't be good, whatever it is.
Audience at home, what do you think? Leave your answer in the comments, and the closest one will get a thumbs up. I predict it'll be exactly like this side, except going the other direction. We have topped out on the ridge. There's where we came from once again. Here's the ridge and the mysterious other side.
Death, destruction, chaos.
So that's Mount Bowen. As you might be able to see, it's a little too sketchy for us to go up from this side. Kind of expected that it might be that way, but you never know. What we're gonna do is go back down this ridge, and eventually it reconnects with a trail. And it'll come up this valley, and then we'll probably come back over Bowen Pass, which I'm assuming is just over that way somewhere. But yeah, look at that. Pretty steep little gravelly knife's edge right there. Not ideal.
Am I in that shot?
No.
Okay.
Alright, it's getting a little dark up there, so we are coming down the ridge back to the trail with vigorous haste.
With hasties.
Elk. Alright, let's get off this ridge. Okay, so we got a little hail, as you saw,
We're
and
so lost.
got off the ridge just to ride out the storm for a while. So it turns out that trail doesn't actually go anywhere, it just dead ends, and it just took us right off the ridge into nowhere. It's hard to say if we would be able to meet up with another trail going the way we were. It looks a little steep. So I think the safe thing to do, and what we're doing right now, is backtracking back down to Blue Lake, and we'll see what happens from there. But it's been fun. It's been cool to just explore. The weird thing is there's trails all over these mountains, but they're pretty much all just wildlife trails. I don't really know where they go, but they just randomly dead end in different places, and some of them look very much like human trails, but I guess they're not. All right, we are back at Blue Lake. That was a long bushwhack. We tried to follow that trail, but it just did not exist. I'm not even sure it exists leaving Blue Lake here. Basically, we went all around this lake and then up this really steep part up to the saddle, followed the ridge to the edge, figured out we couldn't get up onto Mount Bowen, or Bowen Mountain, whatever it is. Followed this ridge all the way back to what should have been a trail on this next saddle over that you can't see. That didn't turn out to be a trail, and so we kind of bushwhacked all the way around and came back down. And it was fun. It was a little adventure. Never found that trail, but that's okay.
We're a little itchy.
A lot of mosquitoes, surprisingly. It's raining, and I've just been reading in my tarp. It's been kind of nice. Not the ideal situation, but it's working out. I didn't buy anything. It's all just overpriced.
Spikes?
Oh, that was hot off the start.
Don't burn your tarp down.
Yeah.
Putting the tarp up, you know? In the rain.
Good morning. What do you say we go hike? That sounds great. It was a wet night. Everything's wet this morning, but semi-blue skies, so no rain. I don't know what else to say.
My feet are wet.
My feet are wet. It sucks putting on cold socks, wet socks, and wet shoes in the morning, but
It's kind of fun.
off we go up somewhere. Shit. That is Bowen Pass up there. That's where we're headed. We are officially on the CDT now. But as soon as we get to the pass, we're going to cut off the CDT, go to the left here, and follow this ridge all the way home. Welcome to Bowen Pass. There's where we came from. Here's the ridge we're heading out on. There's a friendly chipmunk. You can see the trail we're taking. Heading up, oh, where's my finger? Heading up that ridge. And here's what the backside looks like. Heading north on the CDT. This is steep. All right, here's where we're going. We were just mentioning this is just like being on the CDT. I mean, this is a CDT alternate, but there's no trail. We're just kind of walking on a ridge down towards another ridge where there happens to be a trail. And it's nice to be off a trail, just hiking random terrain, lots of rocks. It's rugged, but it's fun. And I kind of miss that.
Yep.
Up ahead, if you can see that trail down there, is where we first came off the saddle down to Bowen Lake the first night where we camped.
Right over there is where we were on the other side of that, right?
Yeah,
Yesterday.
I think that's Bowen Peak.
Yes, we were just on the other side when we had to get off the ridge for the thunderstorm yesterday.
Yep, we've come a long way. We've stayed in a tight area, but we've gone a long way.
Yeah, we did a big figure 8.
Well, that is where we camped the very first night. I believe it was actually right in that little grove of trees right there. Looks like it. We're back at the trailhead, and that was fun. Lesson learned. You don't always have to plan. Sometimes it turns out awesome without planning, even if the trail doesn't exist that you're looking for. All the better. Now, back home, and time for some greasy food of some sort. See you next time. Hey guys, this is Joe.
And this is MeHap. Wait, are we doing our real names or what?
And we just want to say, hey, thanks for watching the video. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we do.
And if you really liked it,
You can like, you can subscribe, you can hit a little bell button. Just kind of do whatever you want there.
and maybe share it with some friends or family or
Foes.
enemies, yeah. Dark enemies. And if you're really into it, consider heading over to our Patreon page and supporting this type of content. It means a lot and it keeps the videos coming. Even cooler, in the future we're going to be putting out some outtakes and unused footage onto Patreon just for the patrons, so you can get some access to exclusive content. Exclusive. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.